Hey guys, so if you're watching this video, you already know that I am pregnant. Yes, I know, it's crazy. I'm just gonna jump right into it. I'm just gonna talk about, how we found out, was it planned, how I'm doing now, how it's been. Just the whole rundown because I'm sure that you have many questions, as I would. So we're gonna jump right into it. So it was not planned. Me and my husband have been married for a year now, a bit over a year, and we are a loving marriage. We love just being a young married couple, just going on dates, being spontaneous. And then this past July is actually when we found out that we were pregnant. I know it's been like 5 or 6 months that I've been pregnant, which is crazy. I've been hiding it for a long time now. Going back to July, I wasn't getting my period. I was kind of freaking out, so I took a pregnancy test, and my husband was there with me in the bathroom, and I was shaking. I was so scared. Zach was scared too, and we found out that it was positive, and we both just broke down in tears. I know it's not the most glamorous story, definitely very raw and real and kind of dark, but yeah, we just were a mess. We just sat in that bathroom for a long time, confused and not knowing what to do, not knowing who to talk to about this. This was, in the heat of COVID and being quarantined. We were in California at the time. We couldn't see anyone. We were scared. We didn't know what to do. At this time, we were planning our move to go to Austin, Texas, which is where we are now. So we were in the middle of moving, and just excited because we have a lot of friends here, some young married couples here as well. So just adding being pregnant to the mix was it felt so heavy. So we just kind of just sat in our brokenness, in our fear, in our confusion, and we went about our days. We were just working at the time, so he was working at a job that he hated, and I was a nanny. It was crazy because literally like the day after finding out I was pregnant, all of the symptoms started. So keep in mind, we're quarantining other than going to work. Our house is a mess because we are moving. So like our mattress is in our living room, like just sleeping on our mattress. Like it's just not glamorous. I got morning sickness. I would throw up every single morning, sometimes throughout the day, sometimes in the evening. Like I think I threw up like 4 times in one day. That was the most that I've thrown up. And I was nauseous all day, every day. Always super hungry and but I hated eating food. Everything grossed me out, but I had to eat something or else I would throw up because of how hungry I was. It just was not a fun time. I kid you not, one of the darkest moments of our lives for sure. Just, it really played with my mental health, just everything. I could not get out of bed. I was laying in bed. Sometimes I had to call in because I just could not function. But then I'm lying in bed and thinking about being pregnant and how alone I feel because we haven't told anyone. Oh my goodness, when I think about it, it brings me back to those moments, and it was just not fun, guys. Like I said, we didn't tell anyone for a very long time. We didn't tell anyone for weeks, probably a month, just because we didn't know who to talk to. We didn't want to tell our families yet because we knew they would be so excited and they would ask questions, but we were just we were not there yet to be excited with them. We were not feeling that. So we wanted to talk to people that we knew and loved, but that we could just be so real with. So I had mentors last year that we reached out to and just met with them and just cried. And we were just super vulnerable with them and told them that like this is not fun, like we don't know what to do, we're so lost. And they just poured into us, and it felt so good to be encouraged and poured into, and they prayed for us too. And it just was so life-giving for the both of us because we finally told someone, and they just led us back to the Lord and made us ask, like, you know, what the Lord thinks of all this and kind of get a different perspective. So that was really good. So after that, we felt like, okay, like this feels a little more doable now. We feel okay, a little bit excited, but mostly like what the heck is going on. And fast forward, a couple weeks later, we're getting ready to move here. So we found out we were pregnant in July, and we moved here to Austin, Texas, end of August. We moved here. Keep in mind, like, I'm still fighting a lot of morning sickness. Like, I was throwing up every single morning, without a doubt. Just was so nauseous all the time. So then we moved here, but what was crazy is as soon as we moved here, a lot of my morning sickness went away. I don't know what it was. I honestly feel like some sort of shift happened from when we moved from California, because California was not, they're still not doing so great. Like, we left right when wildfires started happening. We lived in like a very small apartment, and it was super messy because we were moving. That could have played into my sickness and just not feeling good. And so when we left that environment and came here, it was just like, whoa, like, I think we're supposed to be here, because both of us kind of, like, we felt a lot more excited to have this baby. Yeah, a lot of my morning sickness went away, so I felt like an actual human again. So we were starting to like function as humans again and kind of be happy and excited and like ready to tell our families. We told my family, we told his family, and obviously, you know, they were so excited for us, just supporting us, and that felt so good too. Finally, I didn't feel alone anymore. I could call my brother or sister-in-law or my mother-in-law or my dad and just talk and vent. It felt so good. I guess fast forward to now, I am 24 weeks pregnant and we're having a boy. We just found out we're having a boy probably like a month ago. And it was crazy because I think my husband, Zach, was still dealing with a lot of fear. Just, you know, being a dad, I'm sure a lot of men can relate, you know, just not feeling ready to be a dad and just all the fears that come up and how do I provide and all of that stuff. He was really battling that and a lot of anxiety, like up until recently. You know, I've been doing good ever since moving to Austin. I feel like I've been pretty excited, not that scared anymore, but my husband was definitely still very anxious about it. We've just been, you know, praying into that, and I've just been supporting him and being there for him. But when I went for my ultrasound to find out the gender, that's actually what shifted in him. When he found out it was a boy, something happened in him and he just got so excited. And later that night I came home and like he cooked dinner for me and was rubbing my belly and talking to our son, and it was just so beautiful. Just thinking back on our whole journey of, oh, I feel like I could get emotional. Our whole journey of finding out we're pregnant and like not knowing if we can handle this and being so anxious together and like not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Oh my goodness, it felt so dark. Not knowing when we would, see the light at the end of this, not knowing what's gonna happen. And then I come home and he's just supporting me and serving me. Oh, it felt so good. And just realizing like, wow, like God is so good that he was there for us. He sat with us in our anxiety and fear, and here we are today, just super excited, getting ready to have this baby. So yeah, it's been a very emotional past 5 months, but it's definitely a testimony of God's goodness for sure. I'm 20 years old, turning 21 next weekend. So it's just a lot for me. First of all, being married at 20. I got married when I was 19. And now being a mom at 20 and 21. It's just a lot. It's really crazy. But God is so good, and I've just learned, you know, in 2020 we have learned a lot about dealing with crazy things coming our way. I've definitely learned that His plan is so much better than whatever I can dream, and if this is God's plan for our lives, then like, let's do it. Let's go for it. I know that I'm made to be a mom, and Zach is made to be a dad, and we're gonna be the best parents. And we thought this would happen maybe, you know, like 3 to 5 years down the road, but it's happening now. And I just feel like God just knows that we're ready. And yeah, it could have happened later, but it's happening now. And God's not scared. He wasn't surprised by this. And that's something that I've definitely realized. Like, He knows that we're ready. And we're called to do this, so why not now? Think about like all the passions and dreams that you have, and you probably think, oh, that's like something that will happen later down the road, but honestly, like, why not now? Like, why not go after those things right now? That's something that I've learned this year, is just, why wait? You know, now is the time to go after the things that you're called to. So I'm called to be a mom, and so that's happening now. That's been our journey. If you have any more questions, please comment, DM me. As you can see, I'm a very open book. I'm excited to take you guys on this journey with me. Yeah, I'm super pumped. So thank you guys so much for your support, and all your love, and it definitely means the world to me. So thank you guys. Thanks for watching.